March 17, 2014. Two police detectives stand at Shirley Shannan's front door in Rawtenstall, Lancashire. Minutes earlier, she finally told the complete truth. The man she loves broke her jaw. He held a knife to her throat twice. She fears he will kill her. Detective Sergeant Damien Mallister and Detective Constable Karen Kenworthy arrived to take her to safety. 4 minutes after they arrive, Shirley is dead in the street outside her own home. The man who killed her had already murdered another woman 16 years earlier and served 14 years in prison for it. Paul O'Hara's early life remains largely undocumented. No confirmed records of his parents, siblings, or schooling exist publicly. His age has been reported inconsistently. What can be verified begins in adulthood with violence against a woman named Janine Waterworth. By the late 1990s, O'Hara was in a relationship with the 21-year-old who lived near her parents in High Crompton, Oldham. Her sister Tracy remembered Janine as someone who adored children, close to her nieces and nephews. Her family believed she would have become a mother herself. That future was stolen from her. In March 1998, Janine ended her relationship with O'Hara. 3 days later, she walked toward a bus stop near her parents' home when O'Hara intercepted her in an alleyway between Great Meadow and Trent Road. He carried a carving knife. He stabbed her 12 times. Neighbors heard her screaming. The attack only stopped when the blade snapped from the force. O'Hara later told police jealousy made him lose his temper. But jealousy does not explain arming yourself with a knife and hunting someone down. This was a decision made before he ever saw her that night. In November 1998, O'Hara was convicted of Janine's murder and sentenced to life imprisonment. He spent 14 years behind bars. During that time, prison psychologists assessed him as displaying traits associated with psychopathy. Professionals built a detailed risk profile with documented triggers: relationship breakdown, jealousy, alcohol misuse, and drug misuse. He was flagged as high risk specifically to known individuals. In April 2012, O'Hara was released on life license. A license means the person remains subject to recall to prison forever if their behavior suggests rising danger. No new conviction is required. Despite his history, O'Hara was placed under MAPA Level 1, the lowest tier of offender monitoring. This relies primarily on a single supervising probation officer, rather than coordinated multi-agency meetings. Meanwhile, Shirley Shannan was living her own successful life in Lancashire. She was in her early 40s, a mother, the emotional center of her family. She built 2 beauty salons, worked with her father in furniture trade, and kept 5 dogs. She loved bonfire night gatherings and Christmas Eve baking with her daughter. She quietly saved money to secure her daughter's future. She was full of life. In July 2013, O'Hara walked into one of Shirley's shops as a customer. He began working there. A personal relationship formed. O'Hara's license required him to disclose any new relationship to probation so partners could be warned. He did not disclose it honestly. On September 11th, he told probation Shirley was only his employer. On October 2nd, he admitted dinner and a kiss, but claimed he had never been inside her house. In October 2013, Shirley learned the full truth about O'Hara's past during a meeting with his offender manager. She was shocked. The relationship continued anyway. By late October 2013, O'Hara had already begun physically abusing Shirley. At a bonfire night family gathering, relatives noticed serious bruising across her face. She claimed she fell downstairs while drinking. A second attack followed in December. In January 2014, she arrived at A&E with a fractured jaw. She told hospital staff she had been in a fight with another woman. O'Hara accompanied her to appointments. No domestic abuse inquiry was made. Nobody contacted her GP. Nobody flagged the injury to probation. A verifiable medical injury disappeared into the system without consequence. On March 1, 2014, Shirley's family contacted police after she disclosed O'Hara broke her jaw and held her at knife point twice. Officers classified her as high risk. The next day, she withdrew everything. On March 3rd, she insisted the allegation was invented. Her risk rating dropped to medium. She was removed from a multi-agency protection conference. An email to probation went to the wrong address. On March 11th, she repeated the retraction while O'Hara hid inside a cupboard in the same room. None of the officers knew he was there listening to everything she said. On March 17th, Shirley called probation with the complete truth. She confirmed the abuse, said she was terrified, and feared for her life and her daughter's life. Probation contacted police immediately. 2 detectives arrived without full protective equipment. One had no body armor. Neither carried incapacitant spray. Over an hour had passed since the urgent call. O'Hara entered through the back door with a hammer. He attacked Detective Sergeant Mallister, knocking him unconscious. He retrieved a knife and threatened Detective Constable Kenworthy. Shirley ran into the street. O'Hara followed. Neighbors watched her collapse on the pavement with multiple stab wounds. Her 13-year-old daughter was expected home from school at that same time. O'Hara pleaded guilty to Shirley's murder, wounding Mallister, and assaulting Kenworthy. He displayed no remorse. The judge imposed a whole life order. He will never be considered for release. A domestic homicide review concluded Shirley's death was preventable. Had information inside the system been verified and shared, O'Hara would likely have been recalled. The inquest found poor interagency communication contributed. Shirley's mother and sister described her as the foundation of their family. Her case was cited in the House of Lords as an example of systemic failure. 2 women, 2 futures, taken by a man who should never have been released.